Hey guys, how's it going? It's Molly. I'm here today to do my Shop My Stash. As promised in my last one, I am going to start this one off by giving you some mini reviews of the products that I chose, let you know what I use the most of, what I use the least, or not at all, which was the case a couple of times, I'm not gonna lie. And then I will go ahead and we'll shop my stash and end it that way. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start off with eyeshadow palettes, because I just love eyeshadow. I love it. The first ones I'm gonna talk to you about are the ones that I used the most. And this shocked me, okay? But it was the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. I thought for sure I was gonna be decluttering this when I do my declutter. Whenever that happens, I thought for sure I'd be getting rid of this because I don't love the shimmers. The shimmers are kind of dry. And they're pressed kind of hard and they're hard to pick up and they're just not my favorite. But these mattes are so pretty. I did not use them on my upper lid, but I did use this pink and this blue a few times on my lower lash line as a liner. They're super, super pigmented. I don't know if they're traditional mattes or if they're supposed to be like pressed pigments, and it doesn't say on the back, but at any rate, loved this. I was pairing it with this palette here, the companion palette from Copacetic Cosmetics. I am going to be doing a review of this soon. I have to be really careful how I hold this because one of my shades is broken, but this is what it looks like. And, I'm not going to go into detail about this, but I created some absolutely beautiful looks using this with the Dominique Cosmetics palette. So really happy that I didn't declutter this the last time, and I'm probably not going to be decluttering it this time now. Okay, then in addition to that palette, with the Copacetic Cosmetic palette, I was using the Juvia's Place Mauves palette. You guys, this is beautiful. And I truthfully only used two of the mattes. I used like this shade and this shade. But I really, really, really want to use this shade. It's this beautiful duochrome. I wish that I had gotten around to using it. Okay, it's swatching really dry. And I don't know if that's because my hands are like the Sahara Desert, but that's what that's looking like. And I might have to keep this one in my rotation so that I can get around to using that shade. I might have to, honestly. I'm on the fence about that, but it is really, really pretty. These are super affordable. I like it. So, but yeah, those mattes perform just as well as Juvia's Place mattes normally do. They're good. They're really good. Okay, the next palette is the Zoeva Opulence palette. I used this twice. I only used two shades out of it, so this can't really be a comprehensive review, but I have thoughts. The only matte is this one, and I did use this shade. I paired it with the Urban Decay palette that is in my project pan. Created a beautiful look. Used a fluffy brush to kind of diffuse the shade and use it as a transition shade. I cannot speak. And then I used a smaller, denser detail brush to deepen up the crease with it. It built up on itself. It was really pretty. Totally worked. So that was cool. The shimmers in here, though, are really kind of a bummer. The ones that I've used. I want to say I've used one of these in the past, and it just didn't really do it for me. And this time I did use this. This is what I have on my lids today, paired with some other mattes from the next palette that I'm going to talk about. Honestly, this is more of a satin. It's not super shimmery. And you guys know, if you watch my videos on a regular basis, you know that I love foiled, impactful shimmers. I want liquid metal on my lids, which is not realistic, but whatever. One thing that I will say, I do think that because these shimmers aren't super shiny, they can work really well in the crease. So I suppose that is one benefit. And if you like this color story, you don't want something super shimmery, then maybe this is a great palette for you. However, I love super shimmery shadows. So I just don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I think I need to play around with it more before I do my declutter. So I may keep this in my next rotation. But with that palette, the mattes that I was using came from this palette, the Naked Honey palette. I have raved about this palette on my channel before. It is absolutely beautiful. Love it so much. It was not one that I needed to like figure out where I stood on it. You know, it was, I know that I love this and this is for sure going to survive my declutter. I just felt like using it. So that being said, I only used it once and that was today. So, okay. Bronzers. Let's talk about bronzers. I pulled in my Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer in the shade Sweet Tea. Oh my God. I have it on today. I love this. I mean, obviously I love this. Look at that pan. I love it. I have to repurchase this. I was just looking on Instagram. I was looking at Instagram this morning and somebody was decluttering this. And I was like, you are insane. That is one of the best bronzers there is. It's for my skin tone. It's really good. I love it, love it. I do, like I said, I 100% plan to repurchase this. I can't say enough good things about it. I could drone on and on. Okay, then I also chose the Soul Body Bronzer in the shade Fair. This is really, it's got a real yellow undertone. I don't know. It's too orange on me, I think. I can make it work, but I don't necessarily enjoy making it work. I don't know. And its competition is steep. It is in competition with the Milk Baked Bronzer, which I love because that shade is perfect. And this is just not. So I kind of had to force myself to use this and I don't know. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it. Anyway, not a super fan. Blushes, I chose the Note blush in the shade Desert Rose. It's this beautiful orange toned blush. I used it once. It's a very good blush. I would love to use it more. The reason I only used this once is because I started a project pan. So I'm like trying to use my Marc Jacobs blush that I pulled in for that pan. And I also got the Melt. I get those two confused. The Melt Cosmetics blush. What? Anyway, so because I had those other ones to play with, I didn't really get around to playing with this one, which makes me sad because I really like this. And I feel like now is the perfect time to use an orange tone blush. This I am going to keep in the rotation for this month. Not month. I'm doing this every 2 weeks. I'm going to keep this in the rotation. Okay, and then I did also choose the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Petal Primavera. Didn't use it. Nothing wrong with it. It's a great blush, but because I was using all those others, this just never got used. So this I am going to go ahead and put back in the drawer. I'm just not feeling it for whatever reason. Not because it's not a good blush. Like I said, it is great. Okay, let's talk about some single shadows that I pulled in. And I did get a couple of uses. One of my favorite looks that I came up with this rotation, I was using these two. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega shadow in the shade Daddy-O. It's a great brown. It is a great brown. There is nothing wrong with this shade. So that's it swatched right there. It's gorgeous. This all over the lid, smudged along the lower lash line. You've got a complete look. You really do. I mean, blow it up into your crease too. Don't just stop at the lid. Beautiful. The way I was using this is I was taking a big fluffy brush, using it as my transition shade, deepening up the crease with a smaller brush, and then putting this on the lid. This is the Urban Decay single. Let's see. In the shade Lounge. Oh my God. It's this gorgeous duochrome. Gorgeous. It's this blue-brown duochrome. So, oh, you guys, I just can't. I love these two together. I love them together. I am so happy that I had those in my rotation this time. I am really sad to put them back. I may struggle to put them back. I may put them back and then pull them back out. I don't know. I can't be trusted. That's not true. I'm a trustworthy person. What? Favorites. They're in the favorites category. Okay, and then this I didn't use. It's the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Blaze. Really pretty. Nothing wrong with it. But didn't get around to it. Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I want to use you. I'm surprised that this has not dried out, honestly. This is at least a year old, if not longer. My goodness, I'm getting it so dirty. Ooh, I need to put it down. Because I have eyeshadow all over my fingers. Anyways, it's beautiful. This is a really pretty one and done look also. I think that you can easily pack this on your lid, blow it up into the crease, and be done. Oh, I so want to keep these in for this rotation. Maybe 2 weeks is too soon. I don't know. I'm playing around. Anyways, definitely want to make sure that I use that. So I think I am going to keep this in for this rotation also. So far the only ones that I'm keeping are keeping in the rotation are the Note Blush and the ColourPop Super Shock. Okay, then I pulled in this Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I didn't use it. You guys, I don't really use primers. I don't have super textured skin. So I just don't feel the need to spend the time using something like this, I guess. I don't know. So why do I have it? I got it for free. So I just have it. I would not purchase this on my own. It was like a free gift with purchase at Ulta during one of their like diamond and platinum appreciation days. So, I got it because why not? But it's a fine product. It's a great product. I've heard amazing things about it from people who have more textured skin where they need something like this. So if you have textured skin, this is a great product. It really does work. It smooths those textured spots out really, really well. But I personally just don't have that issue. So, All right, next, let's move on to lips. I think that's the last thing. Are lips the last thing? I think, yes, okay. Whew. So, another product that I didn't use. Obviously, I chose too many things. This is the Bite Beauty lip crayon in this shade Glacé. I chose this because I thought I would have more like cool toned looks because of the Juvia's Place palette. I ended up just going with like I don't know what I did with my lips that day. But it's really pretty. It's a really, really beautiful shade. I like it. I like it a lot. And the formula is great. There's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't get around to using it. Okay, next. This I did use quite a bit because I paired it with a different lipstick, and I will explain. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipstick in the shade Mochalicious. So there it is. It's on its own, it is much too dark for me. I did use this in a video, and as soon as I put it on, I was like, that was a mistake. I think I need to just throw it away. But then with the Sephora VIB sale, if you watch that video of mine, I mentioned that I got the Natasha Denona lipstick. It's the I Need a Nude lipstick in the shade Andrea. And this is just too light for my skin tone. It looks beautiful. It's a beautiful shade, but on my lips, it pulls a little orange. It's weird. On my hand, I don't think it does. It's just a really pretty nude. But on my lips, it makes me look a little washed out. I can make it work. It's fine. It's fine from a distance, but up close, it just, not super flattering. So what I've done is I'll use this, and then I will put this on top of it. That's what I have on my lips today, and it's perfect. So I thankfully was, first of all, I was very disappointed when I got this because it's like $28, I think, or maybe 22, can't remember. And I didn't love it. And I didn't want to go through the hassle of returning it. So I was able to salvage both of these by combining them. So I do love these. I think I'm probably going to keep both of them in my rotation. Well, this wasn't in there, but because they're so good together, right? And I need to use up that Mochalicious anyways. And then I had the Fenty Gloss Mop in the shade Fussy. I did not use this very much. I have it on today. I am really high maintenance with my lips right now. 2 lipsticks and a gloss. Hello. So these are great. They really are. I want more of them. I want to get the full sizes. They're such a comfortable formula, totally worth all the hype. The only thing that I was bummed out about is, and maybe it wasn't this one. I must have the original also in a mini because the original, I don't remember, Fenty Glow, is that what it's called? But it was leaking all over the place. I think I might have thrown it away. This one isn't leaking, thank God. I don't know what was wrong with a component of that other one, but yeah, I'm very pleased that this one isn't leaking. All right, so those are my thoughts on what I chose for this past rotation. Let's jump into the shopping portion of the video. Okay, let's get shopping. I'm gonna go ahead and pull in some of these Natasha Denona palettes. I've got the Cranberry palette and the Mini Glam palette. I haven't used either of these too terribly much, so I want to get some use out of those. And then I think, let's see. And then I also purchased this Nabla palette. This is the Secret palette, and I've only used it a couple of times, so I need to play around with this and just kind of see how I feel about it. So I think that is going to do it for eyeshadow palettes. Let's move on to blush. All right, I'm really wanting to use some of the blushes that I just haven't touched a ton in a long time. One of which is this Cosmetics Serum Blush Drop. This is in the shade Rose Milk. It was in a favorites video last year. I absolutely love it, and I have not used it in months. So I'm gonna pull that. And then I still have the Note Blush. So these are the things that are still in my collection. I forgot that I had pulled this in for last rotation. So I am gonna go ahead and keep this in. It's a Ciate highlighter. Never used it. And then the Note Blush I've got in the Blaze Super Chalk. So I think that's 2 blushes. That should be good. You know, the Cosmetics one is more nude. The Note Blush is super warm. So I think we're good there. Okay, and then for single eye products, I am going to grab this Morphe glitter. I bought this. It was a 3-pack. I bought it for this shade specifically. I don't know where the other shades are. I don't know if I still have them. And I have not really gotten any use out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this in. Okay, highlighter. I'm going to grab the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Glow. I just got this with my Sephora haul. I love it. I only got to use it a couple of times. I really want to focus on using this rotation. And then I do have a highlighter in my project pan, so I think that's good on highlighters. Bronzers, let's do this Morphe bronzer. This is one of their Glamour Bronze bronzers. I'm only picking this because I just haven't used it in a while, and I feel like I should. It's definitely not a product that I'm super, super excited to be pulling in, but it'll be fine. Face powder, I want to try this Mineral Veil from Bare Minerals. I haven't used this in a very long time, but Kelly Gooch was just raving about it, and it kind of made me want to give it a go again. So we'll pull that in. I don't know that I need to grab anything from this drawer. In here I've got foundations, concealers, and primers. I've been using the Dose of Colors concealer, and I really, really like that. And the foundation that I'm using is in a project pan, so I think I might just, I don't know. Maybe I should grab another foundation just in case I want something that's a little bit more full coverage. Okay, I am going to go ahead and grab the It Cosmetics CC Cream. I have two shades. I have fair and medium. Truly what I needed was light, but I didn't realize that. I started with fair and realized it was way too light on me, so I picked up the medium shade to mix together. So I am going to go ahead and give this another try. I honestly am not entirely sure how I feel about it. I'm also going to grab this mascara. I've been using the Milani Highly Rated mascara. I had a mini of it and it worked really, really nice. But I just opened up a new full size of it and it's like not the same. So I don't really know what's going on there. So I may need to end up using this. Okay, let's move on to lips. I know that I want to choose a bold and then at least one nude. So for the bold one, I'm wanting to do Evil Queen by ColourPop. It's just a really beautiful red. I'm gonna grab this Urban Decay Vice lipstick in the shade Criminal. It's just a really pretty pink. And then I want something that's gonna be more long lasting. So I've got this collab liquid lipstick in the shade Nonstop. It's a really nice nude. And when wearing a mask, having something that's not going to transfer onto the mask is really nice. But that does tend to dry my lips out, so I will undo the transfer proofness of it by adding the M Cosmetics gloss. This is in the shade Mochi Mochi. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for lips. Here are just some swatches of the shades that I chose. The one on the far right is not one that I chose though. Don't just disregard that. But the other three are the shades. So we've got Evil Queen and then the collab and then the Urban Decay. All right, you guys, that is going to do it for this rotation of Shop My Stash. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up, subscribe before you go, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.